Hello, everybody. This is a call for help. A call to help your community. If you are a non binary, or even trans, but I'm specifically looking at you non binary individuals out there. to If you are like non traditional, non SJW, kind of, not non cringy as hell person, I'm asking for you to come forward. And why? Why, you might ask? Well, there's so much lack of representation. And what representation there is just a cringe fest. Even more cringy than that, yes. Look, okay? It's not fair that, people who are, just because you're conservative or hell even centralist or, libertarian or whatever, you're basically, people think you're a radical person. And, that's not okay. I have seen a few transgender YouTubers who, say some controversial stuff, and I've also seen other trans YouTubers who aren't really into all the controversial stuff, but they're not cringe either. And, one things I don't see is I do not see, besides street signs. Sorry, I had to make a blind joke. It was there. It was just there. I had to take it. Okay. But yeah, point being is that we need more representation, because all that I see of SJWs, I've only seen one non-binary person on YouTube who is not a complete cringe fest. And okay, look, I'm trying to be peaceful. I don't want to be like, oh, all SJWs are bad. I don't want to be that anti-SJW person, because I believe in coexistence. I'm a strong believer of that, and I think patience and time is all we can hope for in those regards to those certain people who very much frustrate me, but whatever. But, there's not much representation, and I'm not asking for, you to, like, if you have, okay, I'm still trying to get my thoughts together. Here's the thing, is that, look, a good representation of how cringy things are is that someone who is a trans woman, YouTuber, is, has been attacked over and over again, like physically, not even just verbally, like physically, has been attacked over who she is and just being a general conservative or Republican or whatever, right? And constantly called a radicalist or whatever. And, even though, honestly, like, dude, you think that's radical? You should see some of my family members, jeez. But, and I think it's sad because, she's kind of backing off of politics because, she's just freaking tired of being attacked. And that's kind of sickening that, it's like you're transphobic against, like, okay, it's like you're attacking a trans woman because she doesn't agree with you. I don't know if that's transphobic or if that's just, like, just stupidity. but that's sickening. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, not actually transphobic. I'm kidding, you guys. I'm kidding. I'm not a cringe fest. I'm like, I'm like a cringe potluck maybe. But yeah. Oh, cramping, cramping, cramping. Okay. Yeah, good job, me. Um. Yeah, I mean it's I'm just gonna back up so you guys can see me. Hey. Yeah, sexy lady. Okay, I'm coming back, you guys. I'm coming back. Um, but basically, I'm sorry, I'm goofy and distractible, you guys. Bear with me. But yeah, I mean, it's so sickening that someone who is our own community is being attacked over this crap. And that's a popular example, Blair White. That's the YouTuber I was talking about. And, I enjoy her because she is very real and, if she fucks up something, she owns up to it. Like, yeah. But I've also seen things in person that are just, these people lose their positions in, groups and, clubs at school and organizations, and it's not okay, And just because, like, well, one of them is, like, I don't really want to go into it because I do not need this drama biting me in the butt, honestly. I do not need any more drama than what already exists in this world. But yeah. I will say I have, overheard a girl boasting about how she yanked off some guy's, Trump support hat, whatever thing, and threw it in the garbage. And she was boasting about that. Like, there wasn't even a slight bit of, hesitation and resentment in her voice when she was telling that story, because this is a retold story that I was overhearing, and that is honestly so sickening. And that's basically the LGBT community, is making this a dangerous place for anybody who doesn't agree with them, who isn't a freaking strong liberal. Literally, like, I've seen YouTubers who are getting called Trump supporters, even though, and other people in my personal life who people think are bad people, and they're still like left-leaning centralist, and I'm like, oh, triggered. But and I'd like to see more representation. I'd like people to come more forward. I'm not asking necessarily specifically in regards to like politics. If you want to keep politics out of it, I completely respect that. But specifically, trans, but also non-binary people, come out and come forward and be like, hey, I'm not, in whatever way you want to do it, come out and basically say, hey, I'm not a freaking cringe fest. I'm not like these people. Especially if you're non-binary, because, oh my gosh, there's not enough of us. There's just everything that people see of what non-binary is just crazy SJWs who are just instantly turn people off. Anybody who is not strictly liberal, like way liberal, are instantly turned away from it. And that's not good. That's not good for anybody. That's not good for the community. That's not good for people who might actually be non-binary and don't know it, because they see that and they're going to be like, no, I'm not retarded. I'm sorry. I guess I'm binary. I thought maybe I was non-binary, but I guess, because the only people who talk about this are apparently retarded people. Um, you know, so yeah, so I think it does more harm, but I think if more people came forward and even just gave straight up informative stuff, you don't have to necessarily do what I do, which is sometimes talk about, my side of politics, which I'm not even that heavily involved with it, honestly. Um, you don't have to say anything controversial. I'm not asking that. However, if you are someone who is like really conservative and you really want to voice your opinion, oh my gosh, like, but you're like also non-binary identity, please come forward. Step it up. But at the same time, I'd say be careful, because reality is with that is that you might get attacked by your own community, and you will not really be safe anywhere. And that's just reality. That is just the reality of the situation. And yeah, it's kind of sickening. It's a lot of sickening, actually. But for example, if you are a YouTuber and you make, I don't know, cat videos or something like that, or you just do silly animation kind of stuff, or I don't know what you do. Say, hey, you guys, I want to talk a little bit about myself, and just say that I am a non-binary individual. I use blah 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 pronouns, whatever you use, like, because I've honestly, like I said, I've only seen one other YouTuber who is not a cringe fest, and just just don't have to say anything controversial. Just say who you are and represent that, hey, I'm a person who, this gender identity is not my entire life, but it is a part of who I am. And like I don't know, if you do animation, be like, hey, I'm an animator, whatever. I don't know all the technicalities on this stuff. And I really love animation. My goals and dreams in life are blah 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 blah. And I'm also here to make some awareness of non-binary identities. Like, just make some awareness. I'm not asking much, but yeah. So I mean, that's all I'm asking. That is the most that's mostly what I'm asking for. It's just start popping up. Just come out of the woodworks a little bit, and just, I don't know. Now, if you are a commentary person or whatever, or if or if you want to become a more commentary person, and you're like, well, I'm non-binary and I, whatever gender identity you identify with, I'm a very strong believer in LGBT rights and stuff like that, but I am actually very conservative, or I just really don't agree with liberals, or or maybe you're an anti-SJW commentary type of person, but you're also non-binary. If I could see those two groups if I could see someone pop out of that, that'd be amazing. That would really be amazing, honestly. Because one that would show the conservatives and anti-SJWs that, hey, look, not every non-binary person is this load of things. So yeah, and of course, alongside that does come some extra responsibilities, especially if you do get a heavier following. I have a small following, so thank God. I prefer to not be attacked, especially because I also have a disability. And yeah, so that's I'll still take y'all on, but just I'm kidding, you guys. Please don't kill me. But no, I'm just really calling on anyone who is not SJW, who is not your typical pluck out of the liberal hole kind of person, or even if you are liberal, and you're a non-binary person, but you really are not the cringe fest that sometimes exists, and you're not like in your face about non-binary identities, go ahead, come forward. Come straight on forward, you guys, because please, just do. Just a do. Because, yeah, that's a lot of, there's so much to be had. I'd like to see more conversation beyond SJWs, beyond the standard, blue hair Bernie supporter, feminist black woman who don't need no man. I don't know. I'm sorry, that was terrible, but yeah, just like I said, you can go ahead and take it to extreme, because that would honestly be really cool. I would love to see that. But at the same time, if we can just get numbers of people starting to pop up and show that non-binary identities don't just exist within this group of cringe. I don't even know what I'm doing, you guys. But yeah, I mean, especially, and if you're somebody who, I don't know, I would like to see the LGBT community be more of a community than a cult. That's the only way I can really put it. And I'd like to see, so please, please, just, it's like I said, I know you guys exist. I've met people who are non-cringe. So please, God, you guys, just come out and just represent a little bit. Like, you don't really have to, like I said, don't say anything, you don't have to say anything controversial. Just say, hey, I identify as blah, 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 and this is who I am as a person, but I have other things in my life, and yeah, just, come forward. And you don't even have to do this through YouTube. You could do this through Facebook. You could do this through your personal life. Start, go ahead and come out. Come out of that damn closet, because, but honestly, if you're in a situation where you can't do that, please do what's safest for you. Please remain safe, you guys. But for those who can, please do. Thank you for listening, because I talk too much. Yeah, just thanks. And have a great night.